Hello guys, and welcome to the tutorial for Ben Howard's song Master. The song is actually quite simple. First about the tuning. The tuning is a little bit lower than the standard Ben Howard GGC tuning. In this case you got an A sharp and you got an F, C, G, G, C. A sharp, F, C, G, G, C. So the two bottom strings are tuned down a whole step from the usual Ben Howard standard tuning. So A sharp, F, C, G, G, C from low to high. And the capo is placed on 3rd fret, covering all strings. And when you tune your guitar correctly and place the capo, it should sound like this. Alright, so let's get started with the song. So the intro and the verse are quite similar, almost the same. We start with the first chord, which is index finger on 2nd fret low 2 strings, and ring finger or pinky, whichever you want to use, on 4th fret covering the 4th string. And then we play a simple picking pattern, which is 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5. Alright, 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5. And that's played quite fast in this song, so you might have to practice it a little bit, but it's actually pretty simple. Right? And when we play that, 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5, we move up to index finger on 4th fret covering the low 2 strings, and ring finger on 5th fret covering 4th string. And we play the same pattern again, 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5. Alright, and now we change to ring finger on 5th fret covering 5th string, and pinky on 5th fret covering 4th string. You can also use your middle finger and your ring finger, whichever you like best. I'll play with ring finger and pinky. And we play the same picking pattern again. We play one time, 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5, and then we play it again, 6 5 4 6 5, and now before we play again the 4th string, we release our pinky and put our middle finger, or maybe index finger, on 4th fret covering 4th string. And then we play a pull-up with our middle finger and go back to the first chord. Alright, so that's the first thing you play in the intro, and what you play from then on is almost the same, with some little variations. The picking pattern stays exactly the same for the intro and the first verse, and that's always 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5, and it's always these chords you play, these three I showed you. The only thing that is different from time to time is in the second chord you play 6 5 4 6 5 4 6 5. It happens that Ben Howard releases his his ring finger after having played 6-5-4 before playing the second time 6-5-4. Alright? That would sound like this. Alright, so that's a little variation he plays from time to time, but it's up to you when you wanna play that. Usually he plays that chord, the first thing I showed you. Usually it's played that way, but sometimes he releases the ring finger or the middle finger, whichever you use, and plays all on 5th fret, on 4th fret, sorry. So in this case, when releasing the ring finger, make sure that your index finger also covers the 4th string on 4th fret, right? Okay, so the whole intro. And then he stays on that chord here, on 5th fret, covering 5th and 4th string, with the same picking pattern. And then he starts the verse. And now in the verse there's that little variation compared to the intro, that he's not playing the pull-off with the middle finger on 4th fret covering 4th string. He just plays the picking pattern 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5 2 times. The first time he plays it on 5th fret covering 5th and 4th string. And the second time he plays it on 5th fret covering 5th string and 4th fret covering 4th string, and that varies from time to time. So that's the third chord I showed you. Yeah, the third chord. And in this chord he varies a little bit. Sometimes he plays 2 times both fingers on 5th fret, then 2 times both fingers on 1 finger on 4th fret, 1 finger on 5th fret. And sometimes he varies a little bit, that he plays 2 times this picking pattern with both fingers on 5th fret, and changes to 4th fret after having played it 3 times, and the last time he plays it on 4th fret. But that varies, and that's up to you. What he plays the most is 2 times and 2 times. 2 times pinky on 5th fret, 2 times middle finger on 4th fret. It can happen that he plays 3 times on 5th fret and 1 time on 4th fret, but that's up to you. So that's the intro and the verse, and that's what he plays through the whole intro and the whole first verse, until he ends up on that third chord again, playing it a little bit longer. The same transition he uses from the intro to the first verse, that he sticks to that third chord here, 5th fret, 5th and 4th string. He plays the whole picking pattern, I think 4 times on that. And then he goes into the second verse, and there's a little variation in there that I'm going to show you now. Okay, the second verse, and that variation where he plays some high notes in between the picking pattern. So here the picking pattern of 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5 changes a little bit. What he plays is 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3, 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3, 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3. And he plays that on any chord you learn for the first verse, because the chords, they don't change, just the picking pattern changes a little bit. Alright, so you stay to the chord progression, and you change the picking pattern your right hand plays to 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3. 6, 5, 4, 6, 1, 6, 5, 3. And the difficult thing about this is the speed he plays in. Alright, that's played pretty fast, and it's quite hard to play that picking pattern, changing the chords with the right timing and singing simultaneously. So that's something you will have to practice, but it's a cool sound with these high notes in between. And yeah, that's actually the main part about the second verse. As I told you, the chord progression stays the same, the picking pattern changes a little bit, and then there's that transition to the chorus. And I called chorus, it was actually pretty hard to structure that song in verse, chorus, bridge, outro. That little transition, he changes the chord progression a little bit. It's the last 3 times he plays the chord progression. When you end up on this chord, the third chord I showed you, then he just changes the number of chords. He starts with that chord, the second one I showed you, index finger on low 2 strings, 4th fret, and ring or middle finger on 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th string. Also played with these high notes. And then moves down to index finger, low 2 strings on 2nd fret, and ring finger, the 4th string on 4th fret. This picking pattern stays the same now. And then from that chord he changes to the third chord you learned, to the 5th fret, 5th and 4th string. He plays it 3 times. And now the third time, when he changes the last time to that third chord here, he plays the regular picking pattern again, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 6, 4, 6, 5, and that's repeated 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I think he repeats that 4 times, and the last time he plays that, he does that 6, 5, 4 strum, a strum on the low 3 or 4 strings, and that leads into the chorus. Alright, and then the chorus begins, and that's the next part. The chorus part. The chorus part starts after that strum after the second verse, and then you put your index finger on low 2 strings. What's it? 7th fret, yeah, counted from the capo, it's the 7th fret, regular would be the 10th fret. Low 2 strings again, and your pinky on 11th fret, is it 11th fret? 10th fret? 10th fret. Yeah, it's the 10th fret. So, index finger, 7th fret, low 2 strings, pinky, 10th fret, 4th string. And then you play 6-5-4, 6-5-4. The first time you play 6-5-4, your pinky is on the 10th fret. The second time you play 6-5-4, your pinky has moved down to 9th fret. And then you play 6-5 again. 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5. Alright? And now that's the time where your index finger moves down 1 fret to 9th fret, 10th. Yeah, usually it's the 9th fret, in this case it's the 6th fret. And you play 6-5-4 with your index finger on 6th fret and your pinky on 9th fret. And the second time you play 6-5-4, your pinky has moved down 1 fret. Alright? Picking pattern 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5, and first index finger on 7th fret and pinky on 10th fret, moving down the pinky, and then moving down the index finger on 6th fret. And when playing 6-5-4, 6-5-4 again, the first time your pinky is on 9th fret, and the second time you play it, your pinky moves down to 8th fret. Is that 8th fret? I think so. Alright, and then when you play 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5, your index finger and your pinky move down 1 fret. So your index finger is on 5th fret, covering the low 2 strings, and your pinky is on 7th fret, covering 4th string. So here's the same picking pattern: 6-5-4, 6-5-4, 6-5. And then when you play that, you release your index finger and your pinky, play the 6th string open, and then you put your index finger on 5th fret, covering 5th and 4th string, pluck these 2 strings, and play a slide down, and release your index finger from these 2 strings when sliding down. Right? Slide down these 2 strings, and when sliding down and releasing the index finger, you do a strum. Alright. And then you repeat the whole thing from the beginning. And yeah, try not to pluck the 6th string too hard, because the 6th string is, due to the fact that it's in A sharp, it's really loose a little bit, and if you pluck it too hard, you get that scratchy noise when the string hits the fret wires, and that's not very nice. Alright, and that's repeated over and over again, and until the chorus is finished. And then Ben Howard changes to 4th fret 6th string and 2nd fret 4th string. The 5th string is played open, and that's something he plays after that strum, after he played the chorus part. Six, 5, 4, one after another. Then a strum, the lower 2 or 3 strings, and then play index finger on 2nd fret 6th string. 5th string is again open, and your ring finger is on 4th fret 4th string. And then change that chord to 5th fret 5th and 4th string. Pluck these 2 strings one time and do a strum again, and the whole thing from the beginning. So that's this little part after the chorus, and that's where Ben Howard gets into the outro part, which I'm going to show you now. Cool, we ended up here, and now Ben Howard plays 5, 4, 3 with the pinky released from the 5th fret 4th string. Instead, the middle finger is played on 4th fret 4th string, and then Ben Howard plays 5, 4, 3, releases the middle finger and puts the index finger on 2nd fret 4th string, and still keeps the ring finger on 5th fret 5th string, and then goes back to that shape before. Alright, so he plays 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, and then the strumming part of the outro begins. Ben Howard plays that with his fingernails, but I got really short fingernails, so I use a pick because the sound is way better and you can better hear that. So we ended up here, and now the first shape of the outro part is this one. It's 4th fret 6th string with your ring finger, and 2nd fret 4th string with your index finger. The 5th string is played open, it's not muted. And now Ben Howard plays this shape and changes to this shape, which is 5th fret 5th and 4th string like before, then changes back to this shape and goes back to that shape. He plays the whole thing 2 times, and what he does while playing this is only downstroking and palm muting the strings near the bridge. Palm muting means that you use your palm of your right hand and place it on the strings very close to the bridge, so a muted sound of the strings is created. If you didn't put your palm on the strings, it would sound like this. Alright? And when you put your palm on the strings sound muted. Then you play these two shapes I showed you. you play only the low 3 strings, downstroking the low 3 strings. And when you get to that chord the second time, then you release your palm from the strings and start playing it open. Alright, you get a little bit louder, and then you play the first shape again. And now you change to this shape, which is 2nd fret 6th string and 4th fret 4th string. And then go back to that shape on 5th fret 5th and 4th string. Alright? You play that also 2 times, this chord progression, and then when playing that 5th fret 5th and 4th string again, you start playing louder and louder, and that's where the strumming pattern begins, and that's what I'm going to show you now. So I used the pick, as I already told you, and we ended up on this shape here, strumming louder and louder. And now we move to 7th fret, covering all strings, but the highest 2 strings are just muted. You don't play these high 2 strings. You just touch these strings with your index finger, so they are muted and don't give a sound. And try to give try to hold down the low 4 strings so they give a sound. Alright? And the highest 2 strings just muted. Now, when you got your index finger on 7th fret, you put your middle finger on 9th fret, covering the 4th string. Right? I'm just showing you the chords now, and when you got all the chords, I go into detail with the strumming pattern. So that's the first shape you have to know. The second shape is exactly the same, but moved down to 2nd fret and 4th fret. And here again, the high 2 strings are muted and not played. Alright, so that's the second shape. And the third shape is on 5th fret, and now covering all strings from 5th fret beginning upwards till the 3rd fret, sorry, 5th string beginning to the 3rd string, and the high 2 strings are again just muted, not played, and the 6th is open, but you don't really hear that because your index finger touches the 6th string, so it's also muted. So the only strings that really give a sound in this shape are the 3rd, the 4th and the 5th. And then on this shape, Bernhard plays hammer-ons and pull-offs with his ring finger on 7th fret, 3rd string and 7th fret, 4th string. But I'm going to explain that in combination with the strumming pattern. So, the first shape, the second shape, and the third shape. And that's all you need for the strumming in the outro. These are the 3 shapes. And now the strumming pattern. The strumming pattern is down, down, up, down, down. That's quite simple. And that's what you play on every shape. So, down, down, up, down, down. You play, when changing to this chord, the last thing you play is this down, down. Then you play up, down, up, but that is played while your fingers already move down to this shape. So the strings are muted because your fingers touch the strings, the shape stays exactly the same. When moving down to the second fret. Alright? Up, down, down on that shape, and then up, while you move to the other shape. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, to the third shape. And now we get into detail with this shape with the hammer-ons and pull-offs. So you play down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. Then you do the first downstroke, and very fast after that downstroke you do hammer on and pull off on 7th fret 3rd string. Then you do 2 downstrokes, and then hammer on pull off on 4th string 7th fret. And then you start from the beginning. Alright? So that's the basic thing about the outro. And now there's the last time you play this chord when the song ends. But Harold plays it quite longer, and he stays on that 5th fret, covering the 3 strings with the index finger, and he plays that longer compared to the previous times before starting the hammer-on thing, and I think he plays it 3 or 4 times. Okay, and now he plays hammer-on pull-off. 2 times in a row. 3rd string and 4th string, then strumming again, 3rd string and 3rd string and 4th string, and then he plays. So after these 2 hammer-ons, he plays the strumming, then plays the strings open and gets back to the 1st shape on 7th fret and 9th fret and plays that shape. Just a simple strum, down strum, and that's where the song ends. When you watch the video of Watch, Listen, Tell, WLT, where Ben Howard is playing on that houseboat, you see the last chord that he's playing with his ring finger, with his pinky on 10th fret, 3rd string. But in my opinion it sounds a little bit high, but you can clearly see that, and I really don't want to play it that way, because that sounds better in my opinion. But you can see Ben Howard playing that chord in this shape. Yeah, it's up to you how you want to end the song. I'll stick to that one. Alright, so that's the end of the song. Thanks for watching.